Hello and welcome to the Slip Slip Sis YouTube channel. I'm Che, one of your Slip Slip sisters, and welcome to my video, my segment of our Turkey Trot Challenge for 2024. We have organized ourselves not at all on who's explaining what we're doing, so I'll explain it briefly. Gabs may also have explained it briefly, but who knows? We've also talked about it on the podcast a little bit, so hopefully y'all know what we're doing for our challenge. But this is our race from Sunday, November 24th at 9 p.m. Pacific to the following Sunday, December 1st. 9 p.m. Pacific is also our cutoff for that, where we are racing to see who can make the most turkeys. We're making the emotional support chicken patterned by Annette Corsino, and we're calling them turkeys because chicken trot is not as fun as turkey trot. And so this is my video to kind of track my progress, see where I am going. I'm early. It is November 17th, so I have a whole week to start stretching, get those muscles moving for that. But what I am doing today is picking my yarn out for them. So I have a goal of making 5 turkeys, so I'm going to probably pick out yarn for 6 is what I am hoping for. It'll hopefully be a good gauge over the first 3 days of how my progress is going. The trick is that I fly up to the Bay Area for Thanksgiving. I'm here in LA, so Monday through Wednesday I'll be here at my own home, so if I need a different yarn or something, that's fine, but I need to be prepared to pack my yarn to bring with me for the back end of the trot. And that's not to say I can't use my dad's yarn or my sister's yarn, but also kind of the goal of this is to stash down, so I would love to use my own yarn, so I do kind of have to figure out where I'm at with that. But I'm going to pick out yarn for at least 5 different chickens, and this is coming at a great time because I have decided to make chickens for every single person on my team. In my office I have 5 already, and we're a team of about 12 or 13, so I'm halfway there. So all of the chickens that are made during this won't necessarily be for that, because I also am making chickens for a friend who's getting married, and I kind of want to have those just off my plate so that they are done. And so 2 of the chickens will at least be their chickens, so I'm going to make each, my friend and her fiance, or I guess at that point will be her husband, a chicken. So they're going to be kind of coordinating and complementary, and then the rest of the chickens are for my office. So I'm going to go pick out my yarn, and then I'll kind of do a pan over of what I have selected. All right, so here's the plan. These are the ones that are picked out for my friend, for the wedding chickens, if you will. So they'll kind of do, I'm hoping that I can get, split the gray between the 2, so that they're basically matching. But I also included these whites in case I need to use them for the heads. So that'll kind of be a test of that. And then, for basically all of them, I'm going to use this red for the comb and the beak. And then I've done pairings for the rest of the chickens. I picked out 6 just in case. And I'm going to cake them all up because our rules that we made up ourselves say it's fine to pre-cake them up. And then I'm going to try and put them in little pouches so that it's kind of a mystery which one I pick, so which chicken I get started on first. So even if I don't get to the wedding chickens, that's okay. I think it'll be more fun for me to just be surprised on which chicken I am working on. So I'm going to get to winding up my yarn and then putting them in their little packs, and we'll be ready to go. Hello! So today is actually just before the start of the turkey trot, and as you would have just seen, I have and had an excellent plan, but now this segment is called I had a plan and Gabs had a bright idea and now I have to change the plan. So this weekend was a SoCal Fiber Fair down in Pomona, and I didn't attend, but we got to see a lot of the posts on Instagram, the stories, and the Knitting Tree LA, who Annette Corsino is one of the owners and is the designer of the pattern that we're using for our turkey trot.
there in their booth, they featured their Wicked chickens, their Wiccans, and because of it is the opening of Wicked this weekend, and Gabs, you know, it has her background and current life in the theater, and I also have a background in the theater as well. So we're gonna go see it next weekend, but I digress to say that they had an Elphaba and a Glinda chicken, and Gabrielle has decided that we are going to make an Elphaba and a Glinda chicken. So I am the Glinda to her Elphaba, which is, I was telling her this morning that it's funny because for literally everyone else in my life, I'm their Elphaba, where I'm like not the perky, like fashion forward, like popular one. I'm always a like more dark and moody one, especially with my colleagues. But in comparison to Gabrielle, I am chipper and cheery and the pink girl, as my sister calls me. I am a pink hoarding gremlin. And so I will be making our Glinda chicken. So I still have my yarns picked out for the other chickens, but now I'm starting off with the Glinda chicken, and I haven't started it yet because it's too early, but these are the yarns that I've picked out to feature the pink for our Glinda, but I love that it's also sparkly and blue because her dress that she comes in on in the bubble in the musical, which I believe is the opening, she's actually in a blue dress. But I think in the movie, as you can see on my Wicked pin, Ariana Grande is in pink, which is a little bit different, but I like the homage to the Broadway, the original, the stage, with the blue there. But these are all the yarns I've picked out. So the bottom one, the hot pink, is Driftwood Farms, and the colorway is a Red Sky at Night. And then, so that's this one. The sparkly one is Always Be Kind yarn. It's their twinkle base, so it does have Selena in it, and the colorway is Cotton Candy, which I also think is a very Glinda themed. And then, since Glinda is blonde, I am going to make the chicken's head golden because she is also the girl with the golden curl. You can tell that I also know the lyrics to a lot of the different songs, and I know Gabs is going to make accessories, pardon me, for hers. I will as well, but the priority is to finish the chicken, and I actually have to bring this one up because we want to finish our chickens before we see the musical next Sunday. And we're actually gonna stuff them, and then probably Gabs will take a picture and we will post our Glinda, our Wicked chickens. And so this is the preparation for that, and I will get going in about 7.5 hours. So pretty exciting. Okay, night one update. I've got the comb, both belly pieces, and then half of the tail feather done, and I have started the second one. So pretty good progress, but I'm gonna head to bed because I have to go to work tomorrow. Good morning. It is, I guess we could consider this day 2, but like first full day of the turkey trot. It is just before 5:30 in the morning, and I am going to do my little bit of run walking in my complex because we are still doing our November 10,000 step a day challenge, which is not great when you have to focus on your crocheting and your work is a desk job. But here I am cooking on this because I work from home today and tomorrow. I will go in to the office today because we are doing a special event for my students, which I am excited for. But it's cutting into my chicken time. I run our tour guide program, and we are doing tour guides giving. So I get to go do a little Thanksgiving event with all of them. But my goal, and also why I'm doing this at 5:30 in the morning, is I normally do wake up at this time. But on days where I'm working from home, I'm not going to a workout class at school. I'll usually kind of like stay in bed a little bit longer, but I decided to get moving and cracking on today because the faster I get going on the day and get all of the work things I need to get done today, the more time I have for chickening, because I will lose time this evening.
So all that to say, that's why I am here at 5:30 in the morning, walking up and down my complex. It's actually not as cold as I thought it would be, which is kind of nice. That is very promising. I feel like I made a good start on my Glinda chicken. So she's looking good. I am hoping to for sure get through the tail feather today. Enjoyed it, getting through kind of the first like even section, and then I would love to start like the belly or I guess it's the shoulders. No, I think it's the chest and then the shoulders, because then depending on when I get back tonight, I might even be able to like try and finish the chicken. We'll see how fast I can crochet and how fast I can get everything else done. But it is 5, so I think I'll have plenty of time to get through all of that. So that's the goal. I think I'll feel better once I have like one chicken done. I don't know about you all, but I always feel like anxious when there's things looming over my head and I don't have like a good foundation, which not to say that I don't, but I like to have one chicken done because then I've at least completed one thing, right? Because I'm like, that if I didn't make any chickens this week, which obviously is not realistic because I will definitely be able to make one chicken, but I like to have at least one, and then we can just, it's only up from there. So I better get going on my exercising. And I realized I'm like, we decided to make these videos. I'm like, but the videoing is cutting into my chicken time. So I might do a check-in. I might just do a roundup to show you all my progress for today. So it's a mystery to all of us what the next segment will look like. Good morning. Second full day of the turkey trot challenge. I am at school right now because I'm going to one of my workout classes, but I got to get my steps in before I go to the class because it's a strength class. You don't get a lot of movement or a lot of feet movement because it's mostly lifting weights, which is great. But got to get those steps in because now we're in crazy crochet land. But I pardon me, had an awesome time at my student event last night. They are wonderful, wonderful students. So that was awesome. And I was still able to finish a Glinda the Good chicken, which is very exciting. I'm not going to stuff her. I will stuff her when I get up to our family home. And so then we can take a picture and do all the things before we go see Wicked next Sunday. And I was able to start another chicken who I'm calling Stormy the chicken because her colors are pretty stormy. And her colors are, it is, let me think, Earl Grey Fiber Company. And the colorway is Rocking Horsefly. And then the other color is Blue Fiber Company and the colorway is Echo. So working on that one today. I don't have to go in, I'm in work right now, but I will go to my workout class, go home, gotta work out. I have a virtual session later tonight that I am going to do, but other than that, just gotta finish what's on my load for today, and then I will be able to kind of be much more stationary than yesterday in terms of my location. So hopefully I can get a lot more crocheting done in a shorter amount of time. So I'm hoping to basically average starting a chicken the night before, finishing it the next day, which I think will put me in a good spot. Though if I keep that pace up, I may need more yarn, though I do remember that I have yarn up at my parents' house, so theoretically should be fine. But here we are. I am going to keep walking around here, go to my workout class, get a head start on work, and then hopefully have a very fruitful chicken day. Okay, so I have finished another chicken, and upon reflection in looking at the yarn that I've prepared, I know for a fact, in the intro, I talked about how two sets were set aside to be the wedding chickens, but I'm realizing the wedding isn't until May. But I have Christmas presents that I have to get done. So what I think I'm going to do while I have a little bit more time this evening, because I probably will have time tomorrow, but kind of want to focus tomorrow because I have even more time then because we get out of work early. I think I'm going to switch out the two little packets I prepared for more other chicken options, because I have to get chickens done for Christmas gifts and the wedding ones can wait. So I am going to do that now. So I have come up with a plan. I have found correct colored yarn for the wedding chickens, and those have been put aside for a later date. And after consulting with my sister, I decided to save the 4 kits that I have left over that are made up already, that I had done in the preparation portion, and I'll make sure that those are packed and come with me when I fly up for Thanksgiving. And so the chicken that I've started this evening is a super scrappy chicken, and it's super bananas. I'm intentionally trying to avoid my instinct, which is to make everything match. So it's like the chaos chicken. I said it's very Gabs coated. So I haven't decided fully on a name, but I was going to name it Brielle after Gabrielle, and it's the Brielle, probably the banana pants chicken, because these are the belly pieces that I've done so far. This is one of the tail feathers, and then this is the other tail feather. So color scheme, lighting is bad, but color scheme is all over the place, which I think is making it exciting. I was telling my sister it's very freeing. So I'm working on this. I'm going to shower really quickly and then hopefully finish this second tail piece. So I'll definitely have time, since we're getting an early release from work tomorrow, to finish this chicken, and then I'll start another chicken tomorrow night. But I'm not going to dig into the kits. I'm going to use some of my existing yarn that's here, get that one started, bring it with me, and then I'll have 4 full kits if I'm able to get through all of those for the rest of our challenge. So I'm gonna hit the shower and then finish up, hit the shower like I'm some kind of jock at this hour. I'm gonna take a shower and then finish up this tail piece. Hello, it's been 2 whole chickens since I checked in, because I think the days just got a little bit busy for me. So it is Friday, November 29th, I think. And so Black Friday, I'm getting a little bit of a late start because I was up really early yesterday to fly home for Thanksgiving. My flight left at 6:30, so I was up around 4. Not as early as my other flights in the past, but I was so sleepy because we also had the full day of Thanksgiving. So I accidentally slept in a little bit. Dad and I are going to go Black Friday shopping today. Our plans are to go to Old Navy, and then Target, and then Joann, and maybe Dick's and REI, because I think those are ones he wanted to go to that are near those other stores. But that means I have a little bit of a slower start to start my chicken for today. So I finished a chicken on Wednesday. I finished a chicken yesterday, and I finished yesterday's kind of late last night, so I didn't really start my next one. I did the comb because I had, I'm using the same red for a lot of them, so I had that ready to go. And then
I picked out the colors, but I didn't start any pieces of it yet. So I still have to do that today, but I expect that I'll be able to finish probably 2 more chickens. So one, if not today, into tomorrow morning, and then starting one tomorrow and finishing it on Sunday. That seems to be like what works out for me with the interruptions of the day. So I think that brings me to 6 for the week, which I think is pretty good. I will take that. I am getting a little tired of the chickens though, and kind of losing my motivation because I've made 4 chickens already, but you know, we're almost there. It's only 2 more chickens. It's probably going to be fine. Plus I still need to make them as gifts. I think it's just not having the break in between. It's not to say that I couldn't give myself a break in between. I just haven't, because I want to like keep going with the challenge. So all of this is self-inflicted, but you know, that's why we do a challenge. We keep ourselves pushing forward. So speaking of pushing forward, I am going to go ahead and start running because it's a little chilly right now. So hopefully the running will warm me up faster and we'll get some good things on Black Friday, and then I will work on a chicken. Hello, today is Saturday, November 30th, last day of the No Sit November challenge, thank goodness. So I am out for very late because I slept in. It's like 8 a.m. And so I am out for a little walk run over to our local bagel shop because I love it. It is one of my favorite spots when I come back home to get breakfast at. So I'm going to go get myself a bagel dog and get those steps in for our final day. I didn't finish a chicken yesterday, and that's okay. We went Black Friday shopping. We were out until about noon or so. We got like a bunch of like small things, like we went to Target and all those things. Nothing necessarily yarn or knitting related, though when I came back I did do a little bit of online shopping, and I ended up getting Fangirl Fibers was having like a Black Friday mystery sale, and I got the, goodness, should have prepared for this, it's like a countdown box mystery. So I'll get like 12 mini skeins, a project bag, a stitch marker. So I'm pretty excited about that. So hopefully you'll see it, or hopefully I'll get it mid-December-ish. It didn't actually say when it was shipping. So hopefully I'll be able to like open it over Vlogmas. I know typically like the 12-day boxes usually start on Christmas, but I don't like to do that, so I usually open them leading up until Christmas or so. But I did have it shipped to my parents' house because I'm not sure, one, of course, when it's shipping, and since I'll be home for about 2.5 weeks over like the holiday break time, I didn't want it to ship to my house and then me not be there to get it. So it's shipping to my parents' house. Fingers crossed that that comes so we can see it over Vlogmas. And yeah, so that was my kind of larger yarn purchase. After not purchasing any yarn for a very long time, it was kind of exciting to do that. But then I helped my mom decorate for Christmas at our house, and so that took up a good chunk of the afternoon. And then I was working on my chicken while Dad was working on some bags for the shop, because I did get 2 fabrics while we were Black Friday shopping, one for me and then one for him to make a bag for one of my students. So he made the bag for my student already because I wanted to be able to bring that back, and then we'll see which bags and cozies he's able to get done, but he got a bunch done for the shop. So make sure, I realize this is going to come out late after Gabs has finished running her turkey trot sale, but check out the Etsy shop. There's a lot of cute patterns in there. I've been using all the bags and cozies this season, so 10 to 10 would recommend. But in terms of the chickening, I got to the neck on my current chicken, and so I just need to do the head and then sew her together, and then I will start another chicken today. And I'm thinking that will be my final chicken, because tonight we are going to a hockey game and I'm not going to bring the chicken because, you have to like focus on the chicken. I actually want to be able to watch the game. So I'll bring like a sock, and then tomorrow we're going to see Wicked, where I also have to focus on the movie. So I'll bring the sock then. So I'll probably only have time to finish up one more chicken with those big breaks. So very exciting, but I better get moving along so I can make it to my bagel shop before they run out of my favorite thing. All right, so we've got a wrap on the Che version of the turkey trot. I have 5 completed chickens and maybe like half of a 6th. So I just need to do the other side of the chest, the neck, and the head. So maybe 2/3 if we're feeling generous of this chicken, but I am tired. I still technically have an hour, so I probably could have finished for sure the other part of the chest and maybe the neck, but I have to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get on my flight back down to Los Angeles. So I am calling it a night. It was a fun challenge. It was a lot of chickening, so I'm a little tired of my chickens, but this is the last chicken I have to do for my gifts. So that is very promising, but this bad boy will be done in time for me to gift them. So thank you so much for following along on my section of the turkey trot. And if you want to see the finished chicken, I will try to feature them all in the next Vlogmas vlog that comes up. So follow along the Vlogmas because the chickens will definitely be featured somewhere in there. And we'll see you next time.